If you grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons, there's a good chance you remember the sound of that roaring engine and a certain teenage driver in white racing gear. Speed Racer was unlike anything else on television at the time, and it left a lasting impression on an entire generation. Today, we're diving deep into the history of this iconic show to uncover some fascinating secrets about how it came to be. So settle in as we explore 20 little-known facts about Speed Racer from 1967 you didn't know. Number 20. The show started as a manga first. Before Speed Racer ever appeared on your television screen, it was born on the pages of a manga. The original comic, called Mach Go Go Go, was created by the legendary Tatsuo Yoshida in 1966. Yoshida was already known for his work in manga and animation, but this particular series would become his most celebrated creation. The manga ran successfully and captured the imagination of readers in Japan, which led publishers and animation studios to think the story had real potential as a television show. What started as colorful panels in a magazine would soon transform into something that would reach audiences far beyond Japan's borders. Number 19. The original Japanese title had a different meaning. The show we know as Speed Racer had a completely different name in Japan. It was called Mach Go Go Go, which referenced the speed and the main character's name, Go Mifune. The title was fitting because Mach referred to the speed of sound, emphasizing the incredible velocity of the Mach 5 race car. When the series was adapted for American audiences, the title was changed to Speed Racer to make it more accessible to Western viewers.
Hundreds of years in the past.
This was a common practice during the 1960s when Japanese content was being introduced to America. The new title was simpler and more direct, and it worked perfectly for capturing the essence of what the show was really about: fast cars and faster action. Number 18. It debuted in Japan before coming to America. Speed Racer first aired in Japan on April 30th, 1966, under its original title, Mach Go Go Go.
Be careful and good luck! Do your best!
The series became an immediate hit with Japanese audiences. The American version wouldn't air until 1967, giving the show over a year to build a strong following in its home country. This timing was important because it gave the animators and producers a chance to see what worked and what didn't with audiences. By the time the show came to American television, it had already proven itself as a solid entertainment property.
About remodeling my kitchen, rebuilding.
The Japanese audience's enthusiasm for the series helped convince American networks that there was something special here worth bringing across the Pacific. Number 17. Tatsuo Yoshida's personal tragedy inspired the creator. Tatsuo Yoshida, the creator of Speed Racer, had experienced deep personal loss before creating the series. His young son had passed away, and this tragedy profoundly affected his work and worldview. Yoshida poured much of his emotional energy into creating stories that celebrated life, adventure, and the bonds between family members.
What do you blame for what happened to him?
In Speed Racer, the relationship between the protagonist and his family became central to the narrative. The themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and family support that run through the series weren't accidental. They reflected Yoshida's own values and what he believed was important in life. This personal dimension gave the show an emotional depth that went beyond simple action and adventure. Number 16. The American voice acting was done by one remarkably talented man.
We'll have to be more careful in here from now on.
Peter Fernandez was the voice director and primary voice actor for the English adaptation of Speed Racer. His contribution to the show's success cannot be overstated. Fernandez didn't just voice the main character Speed Racer, he also voiced numerous other characters throughout the series, often switching between roles within a single episode. His energetic delivery and authentic emotion brought the characters to life in a way that resonated with American audiences.
Okay, I'm going to destroy that ray gun right.
Fernandez's work set the standard for anime dubbing in the Western world during the 1960s and beyond. His performance was so central to the show's identity that many American viewers grew up thinking Speed Racer was an American production rather than a Japanese import. Number 15. There were exactly 52 episodes produced. The series consisted of 52 half-hour episodes, making for a substantial run of content that gave the show plenty of time to develop its characters and universe.
He's one of the best drivers I've ever seen.
This number was significant because it allowed for 1 full year of weekly broadcasts without repeats. The production of 52 episodes was no small feat in the 1960s, especially for an animated series. Each episode required countless hours of hand-drawn animation, timing, voice work, and post-production. The fact that the production team managed to maintain quality across all 52 episodes speaks to their dedication and skill. These episodes provided American audiences with more than enough material to fall in love with Speed Racer and his world. Number 14. The Mach 5 was inspired by James Bond's Aston Martin. The Mach 5, Speed Racer's iconic vehicle, was designed with a clear inspiration in mind: James Bond's gadget-filled Aston Martin. The early to mid-1960s saw a huge surge in spy fiction, with Bond films captivating audiences worldwide. Yoshida and his team decided to give their young racing protagonist a car equally impressive in its technological capabilities. The Mach 5 featured a variety of gadgets and special functions that helped Speed Racer navigate the challenges and dangers he encountered on the track and beyond. These features included a helicopter mode, saw blades, a periscope, and various other innovations. By equipping Speed Racer with such a sophisticated vehicle, the creators gave the series a futuristic feel that excited viewers and set it apart from other shows of the era. Number 13. The show was hand-drawn by hundreds of animators. Every frame of Speed Racer was created through traditional hand-drawn animation, a painstaking process that required the coordinated effort of hundreds of artists and animators. In Japan, the animation was produced at tremendous speed to meet broadcasting deadlines. The team worked in shifts, with different artists handling different aspects of the animation process.
The slingshot was in the car. It's evident.
Some specialized in character animation, others in backgrounds, and still others in specific details like vehicles and effects. This division of labor allowed for efficient production, but it also meant maintaining consistency across such a large team was a significant challenge. The animators used techniques and shortcuts that were innovative for the time, allowing them to produce 52 episodes faster than many would have thought possible. Number 12. The show featured moral and religious themes. Although Speed Racer was an action-packed racing drama, it incorporated meaningful moral and spiritual themes throughout its episodes. The series often explored ideas about right and wrong, good and evil, and the importance of doing what's right even when facing temptation. Speed's own character embodied these values. He was a good-hearted person who raced with honor and refused to use dirty tactics even when facing unscrupulous opponents.
Trixie, can you hear me?
The show presented situations where characters had to make difficult choices and face the consequences of their actions. For a children's program in the 1960s, this level of moral complexity was relatively sophisticated.
The world will be ours, Lorena, and you and I will be able...
Parents appreciated that their children were watching something that not only entertained, but also subtly taught important lessons about integrity and character. Number 11. Speed's real name was Go Mifune, a secret many viewers never knew. The protagonist's real name was Go Mifune, but he was almost always referred to as Speed by everyone around him. This nickname came from his incredible driving abilities and his love of speed. Many viewers who watched the show in America didn't realize the character had a proper name beyond Speed Racer. In the original Japanese version, he was simply called Go, which is a common Japanese name. The Western adaptation added the surname Mifune, creating a full identity that grounded the character. Using the nickname Speed made perfect sense for a racing protagonist, but it also gave him an almost mythical quality. He wasn't just a person named Go, he was Speed itself, personified. Number 10. The show aired on different channels and time slots across America. Speed Racer didn't have a single, unified broadcast experience across America. Different cities and regions aired the show on different channels and at different times. Some markets broadcast it as part of Saturday morning cartoon blocks, while others showed it at various times throughout the week. This fragmented distribution meant that not every American child had the same access to the show.
I recognize the sound of that car.
In some areas, Speed Racer was a must-watch phenomenon. while in others, it remained more obscure. Eventually, the show found its most stable home as part of weekend cartoon programming, which helped solidify its place in the memories of children who grew up in the late 1960s and 1970s. Number 9. The animation process. Required cost-saving innovations. The Japanese animation studio employed various cost-saving techniques to bring Speed Racer to life on a reasonable budget. These techniques included limited animation, where not every frame needed to be fully drawn, and the strategic use of still images paired with moving elements. Rather than showing a character's entire body moving in every frame, animators might show only the parts that were moving while keeping other elements stationary. This approach allowed the team to produce more content faster and more affordably. What might seem like a limitation actually became a stylistic feature that gave the show its distinctive look.
Oh, but I thought he might be with the masked racer.
Oh, he's not.
Modern viewers familiar with this animation style might not realize it was originally a budget-conscious decision by resourceful animators solving production challenges. Number 8. The show featured a detective character named Inspector Detector. Among the regular characters in Speed Racer was a police detective character named Inspector Detector, whose name was almost as obvious as his role. Inspector Detector appeared in episodes as a somewhat bumbling but well-meaning law enforcement officer. His character provided comedic relief while also moving the plot forward in various episodes. The somewhat silly name reflected the show's willingness to not take itself entirely seriously, even amid action-packed racing sequences and dramatic storylines. Characters like Inspector Detector made the show accessible and entertaining for younger viewers, while
Inspector Detector, we just got a report. 50.
not alienating older audience members who could appreciate the humor. Number 7. Speed Racer's family was crucial to the show's emotional core. Speed Racer wasn't just about racing, it was also about family. Speed's parents, his younger brother Spritle, and even the family's pet chimpanzee Chim Chim were regularly featured in episodes. The inclusion of these family members gave the show an emotional dimension beyond simple action sequences. Speed was motivated by more than just his love of racing. He had people he cared about and wanted to make proud. His parents supported his racing dreams despite the obvious dangers involved. Spritle often accompanied Speed on his adventures, providing both comic relief and moments of genuine connection between the brothers. This family dynamic was particularly important in a show aimed at children, as it reinforced the value of familial bonds and loyalty. Number 6. The series had no major commercial sponsorship initially. Unlike many American cartoons of the era, Speed Racer didn't have the backing of a major toy company or product line to drive its broadcast. The show existed more on its own merits as an entertainment property, which was relatively unusual for children's television in the 1960s.
Twinkle managed to grab one of the ropes.
Many American cartoons were essentially 22-minute commercials for toy lines, with characters and stories designed primarily to sell products. Speed Racer stood apart because it was created first and foremost as a story worth telling, not as a marketing vehicle. This lack of sponsorship actually gave it more freedom in some ways, as there was no corporate entity dictating story content or forcing merchandise tie-ins that might compromise the show's integrity. However, it also meant the production had to be more careful with its budget and operational costs. The show's popularity grew organically through word of mouth and viewer enthusiasm, rather than through massive advertising campaigns backed by toy manufacturers. This grassroots popularity made the show's eventual cultural impact even more authentic and meaningful.
It was built so they could copy it. Then they robbed the side.
The fact that Speed Racer succeeded without the typical corporate machinery behind it demonstrated that quality storytelling could stand on its own legs. Number 5. The opening theme song became instantly recognizable. The opening theme for Speed Racer became one of the most iconic and memorable television themes of all time. The jaunty, upbeat melody combined with the driving rhythm perfectly captured the spirit of the show and the energy of racing itself. Almost everyone who watched Speed Racer as a child could recall the theme song decades later, even if they'd forgotten other details about the series. The music was composed in a way that was simple enough for children to remember and sing along with. but sophisticated enough to maintain genuine musical interest for adult listeners. The theme would stick in viewers' heads for days after watching an episode, making them eager to tune in for each new episode. The lyrics were catchy and direct, telling you exactly what you were about to watch. In an era before streaming and on-demand content, a great theme song could make the difference between a show that people remembered and one that faded from memory. Speed Racer's theme achieved what every producer dreams of. It became synonymous with the show itself. Many people who hear that theme today can immediately picture Speed in his white racing suit, climbing into the Mach 5, ready for adventure. Number 4. The show influenced Western animation in surprising ways. Speed Racer's success in America opened doors for other Japanese animated properties and fundamentally changed how Western audiences viewed animation. American animators and producers began to take notice of the Japanese animation style and storytelling approaches, recognizing that there was something unique and compelling about anime. The show demonstrated conclusively that there was an appetite among Western audiences for anime-influenced content, and that imported animation could be commercially successful. Animators in America began experimenting with similar techniques and styles in their own productions, incorporating elements of anime into American cartoon production. Shows like Johnny Quest and other adventure series began to incorporate some of the visual sophistication they saw in Speed Racer. The success of Speed Racer paved the way for future anime imports and inspired some Western creators to adopt anime aesthetics in their own work. The show's cultural impact extended far beyond its 52-episode run, influencing the trajectory of animation in the Western world for decades to come. By proving that a Japanese-produced animated show could captivate American audiences, Speed Racer helped establish anime as a legitimate and respected form of entertainment in the West, eventually leading to the anime boom that would occur in later decades. Number 3. Multiple attempts were made to revive the franchise over the decades. After the original series ended, various efforts were made to bring Speed Racer back to audiences in new forms. In 1993, a new animated series called Speed Racer X was produced, featuring a new generation of characters while honoring the original formula. The 2000s saw the rise of anime's popularity in the West, which led to renewed interest in the original series and new projects inspired by it. In 2008, the Wachowski sisters created a live-action film adaptation that attempted to translate the show's visual style and spirit to the big screen. Beyond these major projects, Speed Racer appeared in video games, manga revivals, and various merchandise throughout the decades. Each generation seemed to have interest in Speed Racer, even if modern versions never quite captured the magic of the original series. The fact that Speed Racer kept coming back spoke to the strength of the original creation and its lasting place in popular culture. What's remarkable is how the core appeal of the character,
No, it's going to be mine. Get back, I said.
a talented young driver with heart and integrity, remained compelling across different eras and different formats. Number 2. The show premiered. During the height of Cold War anxiety, Speed Racer premiered in America during the late 1960s, a time when American society was grappling with significant social and political tension. The Cold War was at a complex stage, the space race was capturing imaginations, and technology was advancing at remarkable speed. The Vietnam War was raging, and there was a real sense of uncertainty about the future. In this context, Speed Racer offered something optimistic,
White convertible. I mean a big red convertible.
a vision of a technologically advanced future, where a young person could have adventures and achieve great things through skill, determination, and character. The show's emphasis on individual achievement and technological innovation resonated deeply with audiences during this particular historical moment. The Mach 5, with all its futuristic gadgets and capabilities, represented the kind of technological progress and innovation that Americans were proud of during the space age. For young viewers growing up in an era marked by social upheaval and international tension, Speed Racer represented possibility, hope, and exciting adventure. The show provided an escape that was both thrilling and ultimately uplifting. Number 1. The legacy of Speed Racer continues to influence creators today. Decades after the show first aired, Speed Racer remains a touchstone reference for creators in animation, film, and storytelling around the world. Contemporary filmmakers, animators, and writers have cited the show as a foundational influence on their work and artistic vision. Video game developers have created multiple games featuring the character, from racing games to action-adventure titles. Comic book artists have reimagined Speed Racer in various formats, introducing him to new audiences through graphic novels and manga. Animated series creators continue to reference the show's storytelling techniques and character development approaches in their own productions. Directors making films about racing or technology frequently acknowledge Speed Racer as an inspiration for how to balance high-speed action with genuine character development. The show's influence extends across multiple entertainment mediums and continues to inspire new generations of creators who grew up watching reruns or discovering the series through streaming platforms. Speed Racer represents a moment in television history when a Japanese creation found its way into the heart of American popular culture and never really left. It stands as a testament to the power of good storytelling, memorable characters, and the universal appeal of adventure and heart. These 20 facts give us a window into the creativity, innovation, and heart that went into making Speed Racer the unforgettable show it became. Whether you were there when it first aired or you're discovering it for the first time, there's no denying the impact this series had on animation and television. If you enjoyed learning about the behind-the-scenes story of this classic show, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the media that shaped our lives. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.